Well, yesterday was an important day in the history of the church. Yesterday, longtime pastor of Grace Community Church in California, John MacArthur, passed away after 52 years of serving at the same church. Now, I wanted to make a quick video here. A lot of people making comments and eulogizing and some demonizing John MacArthur during this time. And our prayers go out to the families, Our prayers go out to the church there as they have lost their longtime leader. But I just want to take a minute and share my personal gratitude for God allowing the influence of this man to be in my life. I would have to say that over the years, I've learned a lot of things from John MacArthur. I've read many of his books, listened to even more of his sermons. I have his study Bible that I even use with his commentary to see what he thinks about things. And I would say for me, John MacArthur was foundational for me being able to learn how to appropriately and correctly interpret the Bible. He was the first person who I actually exposed myself to who had the wisdom and knowledge to show, hey, you're supposed to look at the context, the historical, grammatical context of a verse, and that's how that you determine what the Bible has to say for us today. Even as my own pastor said Sunday as we're studying for the book of Revelation, the Bible wasn't written to us, it was written for us. And if we want to know what God has for us, then we had to understand what it meant to those people it was written to back when it was first inspired. So I have a personal gratitude, and it does my heart good to see a lot of, like I said, I'm not independent fundamental Baptist anymore, but to see some more moderate independent fundamental Baptist, even across social media today, taking the time to at least notice and regard the influence of John MacArthur. It kind of makes me think that there must have been a lot of closet listeners to and followers of John MacArthur in independent fundamental Baptist ranks than what I was aware of, just to see some of the spectrum of people who are putting out their condolences and their gratitude today for the ministry of John MacArthur. There's one thing that we can all learn, and again, through the years, I don't agree with John MacArthur, everything he said on everything. All right, I'm not a premillennial dispensationalist. I'm not really entirely a Calvinist. I'm not even a cessationist, which he was all of those things. But I want to say I'm still greatly blessed and greatly drawn closer to the Lord by the teaching and the preaching of God using this man. So one thing we can all learn from him, I don't care what denominational background you come from or what Christian background you come from, is required in stewards that a man be found faithful. And if there ever were an exemplary man, he wasn't perfect, but if there ever were a man who just showed decade after decade after decade of faithful ministry, of passionate yet biblically grounded preaching for all of those years, he's a good example of that. Again, I don't care what stripe of Christianity you come from. Being faithful. Saw one of my friends on Facebook yesterday as they were eulogizing John MacArthur. Again, expressing some of their disagreements with him, but again, he's faithful. And I'm pretty sure right now that when John MacArthur stepped into the portals of heaven yesterday, I'm pretty sure he heard the words, "Well done, good and faithful servant." And I hope that I can end my life that way. And I hope that a lot of other people can take that influence and just learn to be faithful. So God bless John MacArthur. I'm thankful for his ministry. And again, our condolences go out to the family and the church today.